Hello, welcome back to a new video of Dynasty War Campaign. And this video I have 5 clip of battles in the campaign mode, and what I'm seeing is, right now looking back at it, it's really wasteful. I'm using a lot of troops. Most of my troops dies even like against a 3-star city, and most of my heroes will be heavily wounded. That means they have to heal for a long time, and when my troops all die, I have to use a lot of time to make them and a lot of resource because this army composition is quite expensive. As you can see, I'm using a lot of expensive troops and a lot of them. So I'm not being very resourceful and economical in these battle, very wasteful because um, I don't get a lot of loot in the campaign battles. You get either coins or grains and then some beads. Now, when you train your troops, you use grains, so it is a possibility that I might not sustain myself by just doing this. And honestly, I use more grains than I get from each battle. Obviously, these battles are not for you to get a lot of rings. It's really for you to farm up beads and to farm up resources for you to levy tax at every day later and every time. So it doesn't really matter that extra grains that I'm using, but it's wasting a lot of time and resource to do this as well. And now this is because I don't have really good heroes for this type of game mode, for these type of cities that they make. So I'm wondering, what do you guys use? Do you guys use do you guys rely on your troops or do you guys rely on your heroes? Because as I have mentioned before, the difficulty in these battle comes from the level of walls. They have high level walls and they have a lot of them usually, and they don't really make sense in how they put them. And for me, the way that I used to get away with it is using Ma Chao. Now there are other ways to get around with it. I've talked about stealth troops, which I did use later, which I also use in my other account because that's a very powerful troops as well. Now the other way to get away with it is to use exploding kettles. Exploding kettle can break through walls. I tried it before, but as I've mentioned in the exploding kettle episode, the AI is so bad that you can't accurately rely on it. Let's say you really only needed 10. However, you probably need to bring like 20 to 30 to satisfy and do whatever the 10 need to do. So it's very unreliable and can't really be used in here, and they die pretty easily as well. So I think I have maybe a couple more videos of me using this army composition, and then I'll switch to the stealth troops because that will be more resourceful because I don't use all my stealth troops. Not all of them will die. That means I could save some of them and then save grains, save time on retraining them. But my heroes are really bad for this game mode because the walls. I only have Manchao to get over it. I don't have any range hero. I only have 2 fan heroes. It's Sima Yi and Guojia. Both of them are active skill hero, meaning I can only use the skill once, and usually that's not a really good base clearing hero. It's usually a very explosive damage. That's what active heroes does. I have one archer hero and it's Huang Zhong. Again, it's not the best. He's not passive, so I can't rely on him to continuously clear out the base for me. Now I do have Ghostfire. She is a sword hero. She can't break through. She can't go. She cannot avoid the wall, but her skill does allow her to attack 6 target with a high damage, and it's on passive. So that is a possibility, but I haven't awakened her. I don't have her HP partnership, and being a sword hero will easily die and cannot get through war easily. And I also know that her damage right now, because mine is only level 50, 10 out of 10, her damage right now will not be enough for 4-star cities because they will have more HP than each of her beam can do damage to. So this is it for this video, and let me know what troops and what heroes you use to attack these battles in campaign, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.